And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. And if we get bad, we're going until 12, you know. Hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. This week is what we really call a short week, yeah? Saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the various mediums. Those of you joining us on the YouTube. Those of you on the Facebook. Those of you via We Noise TV and We Noise Radio. One Soca Radio, I believe they are on with us. Say a special good night to each and every one of you. And hope that you all have been having a wonderful day thus far. Hot day, huh? Yeah, today was hot. Yeah. At least where I am, it was very hot, yeah. Down here in the south of the island. And I say a special good night, and I hope that the Spiritual Baptists had a wonderful day today. Today was International Spiritual Baptist Day. It's actually a holiday, public holiday in Trinidad. So we say a special good night to those of you listening out there in Trinidad. I wanna walk and talk with my Lord. And because I was in Trinidad over the weekend, yeah? For very unfortunate circumstances, but I was in Trinidad for the past few days, hence the reason there was no program on Friday night. Had to attend to a family matter down there. And let me say good night to all of the listeners out there in Trinidad. In particular, Lisa's husband. Man, I forgot to get your name, your proper name. But I'll just say Lisa's husband. You know, and you know who you is. Yeah, you listen every night. Good night, Lisa. My big sister. Just to let you all know, the normal WhatsApp is down tonight. So we have a WhatsApp that we're using for the night tonight. You see it coming up there? Nice, yeah. That is the WhatsApp we're going to be using for tonight. I want to be there. Because our normal WhatsApp is down, so we got to take the calls. We route the calls through a different number. So for tonight, we will be taking the WhatsApp calls via that number 421-7279. It's also a number you can call me on when outside of the program, because you might realize you're calling the studio number and you don't get me. Yeah. But this particular number, that number you can get me on at all times, yeah? So you can call me on that number anytime. And right now during the program, that's the number you can call and get to us for tonight. So you won't get us on the usual WhatsApp number. Let me say that early. You won't get us on the usual WhatsApp number. But you will... Oh, no, I put it up, but I didn't bring it across. Yeah, let me bring the thing across. Yeah, you would not get me on the normal WhatsApp number. You'll get us on this number for tonight, 421-7279. Yep. Yes, indeed. Yeah. But you know, you're something I find. I know all you've seen, but I know I seen. Let me play a song for what I seen there. You understand? Yeah. While I have WhatsApp calls early, that's to get into the program. You can call me direct outside of the program on that number. But for the program, you can call me on that number 421-7279, yeah?
Heavy feeling a super highway straight to Maracas Bay, and I'm feeling something.
Does that sound familiar?
I'm coming. I'm hearing a lot of things, but I ain't seen lots of things. When the campaign get hot, there's a whole lot of ifs and buts. If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Same amount as a...
Good night to you, Patricia and Matthew.
In khaki pants.
Good night to my good friends out there in Oshawa. Alberta, Toronto, Ontario, wherever you are. Me know Canada good enough, so I just call in name a place people tell me they're from, yeah? So good night to all of the Canadian listeners.
Told me a little secret.
My good brother Ian, I haven't heard from you for a long time over in Canada.
Something.
Mammy George, good night to you.
He said, don't worry about them potholes. They're gonna
MF, good night.
a feeling something.
And I say a special good night to Mr. Andrew Donald and the Real FM family. Hope they're all having a wonderful... No, we're not on Real FM tonight, but just saying a good night to them.
Confuse your head. Promises can't put butter in your bread. If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be...
Want to thank all of you that went out to the Easter egg hunt over the weekend.
For money.
On behalf of the individuals that staged the Easter egg hunt, we want to say thank you so very much.
Same amount of frustration is the same khaki pants. Politicians just
Hey, good night to you, Giza.
missing is there.
Hope you're having a wonderful one, bro.
Something, election coming. Hope they change for the new millennium and keep their promises with the foreman. A feeling something, election coming. They would promise anything for a vote. They would even promise you a ram goat. But if they lose, look at Bacchanal. Don't try to collect that ram goat at all. If we win the election, we are going to look after vagrants. If we win the election, we are going to...
And folks, the phone lines are open. I know a lot of you have, you want to talk about Project Polaris. You want to talk about opening the lines. You can call, yeah?
This is the same khaki pants.
Say good night to you.
You got to support.
Good night to you, Mr. Handsome, yeah?
This is your country. A feeling someday. Election coming. You got to make sure that you register. Don't depend on brother and sister. A feeling someday. Election coming. You got to select a government who you believe is for betterment. Remember, your vote really means a lot. Don't mind how you fed up with ifs and buts.
Yes, just understand what's going on, eh? Yeah.
Election, you know who.
You all realize all of a sudden they bring in machine, they fixing road left, right, and center. Yeah, temporary fix because come rainy season you will see what's going on when you use coal mix and you do. Yeah, come rainy season you're going to see.
Same.
And you know you say these things because you know from experience what happened before. There was an NDC administration before that did this sort of thing. We had the problem where they were doing roads. In fact, in some potholes they actually used concrete because they wasn't using mixed. They was using concrete in some pothole. The last NDC administration that was in office, they used the coal mix, all sort of thing. And you know when rain falls, it digs that out. If you don't do it properly, it digs it out again. So you know that it is not being done to last through the rainy season. You know that for a fact, innit? And you realize there's a heavy focus on St. David. The rest are you catching your nenen for the state of your roads. But there's a heavy focus on St. David. Somebody securing themselves and they say to hell with everybody else. After all, they're Minister of Infrastructure. So they ain't care what going on with the people of St. John. They ain't care what going on with the people of St. Mark or St. Patrick. Or anywhere in St. Andrew. They're securing themselves. They're making sure and pave all the road they could pave. In St. David. Yeah, they're taking day and make night and making sure that they sort out themselves. But for the rest of us, crap or smoke we chill on pipe.
Wouldn't be sorry if we win the election. Everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the foreman ain't stand a chance. Same amount of suffocation is the same khaki pants.
Alright folks, so remember you can call us on 421-7279, WhatsApp only though. You can call us over there, yeah?
That told me a little secret. Very soon they would pave the streets.
Now we see the paving the streets already, you know. Yeah.
Sun coming. He said, don't worry about them potholes. They're gonna wipe them out of this world. I'm feeling something. Election coming. There will be plenty sweet talk in tongue when the campaigners comes around. But if your car don't confuse your head, promises can't put butter in your bread. If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance.
We're going to hold on the calls yet. Yeah, we will come to the calls just now. I see somebody try there. Nah, not yet. We'll try just now. Yeah. We ain't ready yet. I shall repeat. We will wait on the call. We ain't starting the calls yet. Yeah, because we ain't saying nothing yet, so I know where you're calling to talk about yet. You have to hold on. Yeah? Nice. You have to hold on. Not yet. No, not yet. Hold on. Right? We have to start the talk first and then we go open the phone line. I just letting you know so you could save the phone line. Nice? Yeah, so you could save the phone line. Right? So before I go any further, let me remind you all of these. And yeah, let me remind you all of these just to let you all know, right? The NNP Connect, it moves to St. Andrew Northeast this week, and it is heading to tomorrow. Yeah, not tomorrow, Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, the 1st of April, it's heading to the Tivoli RC School. That's in the constituency of the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters. And up to bat there, of course, the MP, the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters, Mrs. Amanda Japal George, our lovely sister Marcia Lisa Francis, and Mr. Robert White. Along with them will be the political leader of the new National Party, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. Yeah? So, yeah, let me think, nice, right, and got that the one time, nice, right. Yes, so the political leader of the new National Party, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. So, of course, on that night, we will be having just the NNP Connect. Will be broadcasting that from 6:30. So, look on out for that one. All right. Mr. Nimrod Oliver and the NNP St. George Northeast Constituency Branch, they are inviting all to our constituency family fun day. That is this Sunday coming, Easter Sunday. Come on out and enjoy fun and togetherness. Yes, so they're going to be having several activities: cricket, football, tug of war, bouncing castle, dominoes. All food is free. Let me repeat that. All food is free. Yeah, all food is free. Let me just let somebody know there. Yeah. All food is free. Bar is fully stocked. You'll buy a bar, your drinks and so on. Nice. They have music, they have games, entertainment all day. So look on out for that particular one. It starts from 3 p.m. until 9 p.m. So it's starting at 3 p.m. and it goes all the way up until 9 p.m. That's the St. George NNP, St. George Northeast Constituency Branch. They're inviting all to a family fun day this Easter Sunday, April 5th, 2026 at Tempe Plainfield. They've got something for the entire family. Cricket, they've got football, tug of war, bouncing castle, dominoes, and of course free food. So look on out for that one. And remember to save the date, July 11th. It's going to be coming to you up there in New York. That's the NNP 3rd Annual Evening of Elegance. Yes, so look on out for that one. Nice, good indeed. Yeah, and yeah, I said hold the calls now, man. Yeah, hold on with the calls. We will come to the calls and thing, man. Yeah, we will come to the calls just now. Right, we will come to the calls just now. I just want to play these three, and then we're gonna come to the calls just now. All right, nice. Yeah, don't worry. We go miss the calls. We go come to it. Nice, I saw the thing working, so we'll come to the calls in a little while. All right, nice. I see somebody really trying to get through. All right, but give me a look a while. Nice, yeah.
Get ready to level up your workout game with Follow Me Fitness. Join renowned trainer Lincoln the Goose Jones for an electrifying fitness experience that includes aerobics, exercise, weight training, strength training, and much more. Join the fitness revolution at the Tanty Netball Court and the Old Trafford playing field every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Unleash your inner strength and groove to the beats of DJ Killer Sound while you sweat it out. Affordable pricing, just $65 per month or $30 per class. For more information, call 410-3711. Don't miss out on this chance to transform your fitness routine. Level up today with Follow Me Fitness.
My fellow citizens of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, a great deal has been said about the new hospital project and medical city. And across this country, people have come to me with questions. They have come to me as a senator. They have come to me as a public health professional. They have come to me as a medical doctor. And in every one of those capacities, I have a duty to ask questions on behalf of the people of Grenada. It is technically impossible to scientifically, professionally, or economically assess any project without diving into the particulars of the project. And what are the particulars? Particulars are facts. Particulars are figures. Particulars are timelines. Particulars are projections. Particulars are numbers. Number of beds, number of staff, number of patients, number of dollars, number of years. Numbers. And now that we have embarked on the physical construction on the site, these numbers are assumed to have been the guidelines for the financing and design of the project. Now, in the absence of any publication of the particulars, and with no public consultation on those, one cannot possibly draw any sound conclusions. At this stage, we can only assume that they must have informed the design, they must have informed the financing, they must have informed the business model. They must have informed the operational plan. So I ask, where are the detailed costings? Where is the full financing model? Where is the staffing plan? Where is the operational strategy? Where is the public consultation worthy of a project of this scale? We have heard broad statements. We have heard general assurances. We have heard attractive language about medical tourism, teaching services, and transformation. So let us come to the heart of the matter. How much will this project truly cost from the beginning to the end? Not the public relations number, not the ceremonial number, the real number. What will be the final capital cost? What will be the annual operational cost? What will be the equipment cost? What will be the maintenance cost? What will be the human resource cost? And when all is said and done, what debt will the people of Grenada be carrying? And when will we finish paying this debt? I call on the government to come forward with the particulars of this project. I call for transparency, as this is for all Grenadians. And as we discuss financing, let us also speak plainly about National Health Insurance, also referred to as NHI. How will NHI be funded? Who will contribute? How much will the average Grenadian pay towards NHI? Will salaried workers face deductions? What about persons that are self-employed? What about persons already struggling to make ends meet? What mechanisms are in place for them? Because NHI is not a miracle. It is a financing mechanism, and financing mechanisms require contributions, compliance, administration, and sustainability. The money must come from somewhere. And even if one were to assume that NHI helps to meet a portion of the recurrent expenditure, another question remains. How will the country service the debt? And this is crucial. Will the hospital itself generate the income to do so? If yes, show us the projections, show us the assumptions, show the market study, show the evidence, because the people are entitled to more than a campaign strategy. They are entitled as stakeholders in this project to know the particulars, the fiscal strategy, the workforce plan, the operational model, the debt repayment mechanism. And then there is the matter of healthcare delivery itself. A hospital is not healthcare in its totality. A hospital is a facility where healthcare services are provided. It is a living system of care. It requires people. So where is the detailed human resource plan? Not the aspiration, not a ceremonial statement, the actual plan. How many nurses will be required? How many doctors, consultants, or specialist staff will be required? How many allied health professionals? How many technicians? How many support staff? How will they be trained? How will they be paid? How will they be retained? And let us not get ahead of ourselves. Grenada is not the only country modernizing healthcare infrastructure. Across the region, countries are building, commissioning, expanding, and modernizing hospitals. And every one of those systems will need healthcare professionals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica, St. Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and the list goes on. So when we speak about staff in this facility, we must speak honestly. Grenada will be recruiting in a region where competition for healthcare workers is already intensifying. Also, countries are building their local capacity. So tell us, which countries in the region are being targeted for medical tourism as a revenue stream? Has this been taken into consideration? So if the entire region is competing for staff, what is Grenada's retention strategy? What is the recruitment strategy? What is the training pipeline? Very importantly, what changes will be made to allow the system to function effectively under existing public service constraints? The people deserve to know. And then there is a practical matter that persons are asking. What will the average patient actually pay? When this facility opens, will Grenadians continue to receive care without direct billing at the point of service? Or will they now face charges? Will there be any co-payments? Will there be exclusions? If a service cannot be provided locally, will there be support for care abroad? Furthermore, where is the list of services that will be provided? And the country must not be lulled into believing that once a building goes up, all problems are solved. Access to quality care is a right, and so we welcome this. In the end, every Grenadian is a stakeholder in this project. Every Grenadian may carry its benefits and will definitely bear its consequences. Every Grenadian, therefore, has a right to the facts. And that is why I call on the government to do the responsible thing. Convene a national symposium, open to the public, open to professionals, open to the civil society, open to the unions, open to the business community, open to the health sector on a whole, where the full details of Project Polaris can be presented and examined. Not just general comments and assurances, but rather the particulars. Lay the numbers before the nation. Lay the timelines before the nation. Lay the staffing model before the nation. Lay the financing structure before the nation. Lay the debt implications before the nation. Let the people fully understand. Because if the people are expected to help bear a debt running into hundreds of millions of dollars, then the people must not be treated as spectators in their own future. They must be respected enough to be told the particulars. This is not about resisting development. This is about demanding accountability. This is about demanding transparency. This is about protecting the national interests. This is about ensuring that any reform in healthcare is not only ambitious, but equitable, sustainable, and properly understood. The people of Grenada are not asking for a show. They're asking for the answers. They want the answers. Thank you, and may God continue to bless our beloved Grenada.
Yes, indeed, folks, and you heard there from Senator the Honorable Myanna Charles. She is the new National Party candidate for the constituency of St. Mark, and she was able to give us some deep insight into Project Polaris. Yeah, we saw the the launch of Project Polaris on Friday. I must admit, you know me, I'm nothing to lie about here. I must admit I have not been fully over the launch itself yet. I haven't listened to the speeches and things. I downloaded. They could take it down if they want now. But I have not listened and gone through the speeches and so on yet. On Friday, I was attending a funeral at the same time as that was taking place. Yeah, so I could not follow it as I would have wanted to. And over the weekend, you know, different things with family and so. So I will be doing that within the next 24 hours to ensure that I have a clear understanding of what was said at the Project Polaris opening. Yeah, but what I can say is that as it is thus far, what we are is very high on hype, very low on information. Let me repeat that. We are very high on hype and very low on information. And you see, these are the same individuals, because I've been seeing the comments, I've been seeing the statements out there, making all sorts of statements as though some individual or some grouping is against having a brand new hospital in Grenada. Hello, is all of us does have to go in the hospital? So all of us would want to see the same thing. Nothing to do with politics here, nothing to do with whether you support NNP or NDC. I have children. I want to make sure that my children can receive the best health care possible. I want to make sure that I can receive the best health care possible. And I know there is not a single person listening to this program tonight that doesn't want the same thing for themselves, their family, and the country on a whole. Everybody wants the best for Grenada. That's the starting point. Because this absolute nonsense from some intellectually retarded individuals who suddenly, due to the advent of social media, have the ability to espouse their dunceness to all and sundry, has to be dealt with. Not because someone questions, asks about, or makes a statement that you don't agree with as regards Project Polaris means that they are against a new hospital. Project Polaris is Project Polaris. New hospital is new hospital, you know. Because in my mind, there is a clear demarcation and separation between the two. One is the facility, and outside of the facility is the project that you have that encompasses various things that will be offered at that facility. Nobody would have a problem with having a new facility. They may have concerns about where the facility is going, because those of us who know the area floods. I believe Nawasa has some facility there as well, but we know that the area itself, where the facility is going, it floods. And we're not saying that because we want it to flood. We're not saying that because we're praying that it flood. We're not saying that because we want to say, well, don't build a day because they're going to flood. We're saying that because we want to know what has been put in place to deal with the possibility of flooding. Because if you're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to build a facility in a floodplain, we want to know that you have done the environmental impact study, that you have done the proper engineering. Yeah, the proper engineering to the facility, to the area, to ensure that that flooding is a thing of the past. And not only that, that it doesn't stop flooding there but start flooding somewhere else, because there's a possibility as well. So when you hear people ask questions, they're asking questions because they are concerned. It is not money that coming out from your pocket alone to pay for this. It is money coming out of all of our pockets. We already had to pay, according to some reports, $10 more for mackerel. And we're going to have to pay a lot more for a lot of other things in this country. All now, this week. When you go to the supermarkets, as you get your salary and you're going to the supermarkets this week, already, many items, the price has gone up already. And significantly, not by $1 and $2, some is by $5 and $10. And we are faced with that. So when we're spending that kind of money and our tax dollars are going to a project, we deserve the respect to be able to say, we want the information regarding it. And you are rude, out of order, and disrespectful to tell us we shouldn't ask. There are a bunch of duns parading on social media, and because they have the access to a phone and they could talk into it, or a camera and they could talk into it, just out there speaking a lot of nonsense. And some of them say the nonsense so eloquently that they're actually fooling some other people who lack critical thinking skills to understand that that person is an idiot. That's what's happening out there. So people ask questions. They say, listen, you have done nothing as a government in relation to national health insurance except set it back. We are not hearing anything about national health insurance. Some of you may hear it as we say NHI. We have been hearing nothing about national health insurance. Simple question. If you are going to have a facility like that, which obviously you know, I know, all of us know, children yet unborn know, they're going to have to pay to utilize the services that are there. They will not be free. Let me repeat. They will not be free. And they will not even be costed at what you're paying now at the healthcare facilities, either private or public. It will be much more expensive than what you're paying right now, which means that it puts it out of the reach of average Grenadians. What are they supposed to do? Stay undead? What are they supposed to do? So they're asking, what is going to be put in place for that? People who are already ill with various chronic illnesses. So they may have issues. Let's say they have a kidney ailment. So they need to do dialysis. Right? It is not something that they could just say, well, it's available there, but I can't afford, I'm not going to do the dialysis. They will die. That's the fact. There are people that may need to have a CT scan done or an MRI done or certain types of blood work done. And if they cannot afford to get that done, their life is in danger. So people are simply saying, hey, I have concerns. I can barely pay for what is available. And most times you go to the general hospital, it's not even available. Especially blood tests and so on. You can't get it done. So you can't handle the hospital that you're talking down on. You can't handle that right now. But you're going into something much bigger, utilizing our tax dollars. This is not money coming out of your pocket only. Saying that government ministers will be paying 1 month's salary towards it is nothing. All of us paying. Every one of us. And some of us might even be paying more than 1 month's salary at the end of the year. Because when you check the amount of money that we pay in taxes, we paying more than a minister's salary a year. Children paying as much as a government minister right now because when they buy the sweetie and think it's a tax on that. Yes, children paying tax too. So don't give the impression that you all are making such a sacrifice because your salary always nearly 3 times the salary that a government minister used to get under the NNP anyway. So to give the impression that they're making such a big sacrifice, oh, go to hell with that. Really and truly. People have a right to ask questions in relation to this. And it is disrespectful to say that they should not. Sometimes they're asking questions because they may even have suggestions that can improve what you intend to do. But instead they're running around. NNP don't want the project. NNP don't. NNP has never said that they do not want improved healthcare for Grenada, whichever form or format it takes. The New National Party has consistently called on you all. In fact, it's you all who say, the same Minister of Health that day, he that say that healthcare ain't improved, you know. He was the one that said it. The NNP has consistently called. There have been problems with the healthcare system as it is right now. You're going in, you cannot get medication. You're looking for your high blood pressure medication, you can't get it. Your diabetic medication, you can't get it. Medication to fight different types of infections, you cannot get it. So people are concerned that if the same group of people who cannot manage the healthcare system as it is now and have openly acknowledged that they have been a failure with the Grenadian healthcare system as it is right now, that those same people are telling us that they are the answer to healthcare in Grenada. They are telling us that, hey, we know we can't run the little sulfur shop at the side of the road, but we want to take over Huggins. That's what they're telling you, you know. They can't run the sulfur shop, but they want to take over Huggins. And it is a simple concern of Grenadians that, hey, we want to know, for instance, if we are going to spend this money on this, how do you expect to make back the money right now? Because we got to pay people that you're borrowing from. You're not getting grants from the Afri-Exim Bank and these places. Those are loans that you're getting. They have to be paid back. And they have to be paid back within a stipulated time frame. And if they are not paid back, the hospital could very well end up in the bank's hands. Afri-Exim Bank could end up owning the hospital. And that's a fact. You know it, I know it, and anybody with common sense or economic understanding knows that. So people's simple question is, hey, how will we raise the money to pay back? Because you're not going to be speaking here about taking other money that going into the treasury that should be going to roads and schools and all these sort of things to pay back for this adventure. You're saying, what is your cost benefit analysis that you have in place that says this is how much it's going to cost us, but this is how much we're going to benefit from it. This is how much money we're going to make. This is how much services we'll be able to offer to the Grenadian people for free. People asking for that you can't give in. You have turned sod on something that you're looking for contractors for. That's the first time I ever hear that. First time. That tells me that is election coming. And this is more of a gimmick than an actual plan that has been properly thought out and put in place that is ready to go. And we know about the NDC and gimmicks. Everybody had a nice feeling at the 50th anniversary of independence, didn't you? All of us, me too. All of we feel nice. We see drone show. We see Uncle Gary in the sky. We see Dr. Mitchell in the sky. We see Maurice Bishop in the sky. We see Nutmeg. We see all kind of thing. That big nice fireworks and all sorts of thing. Money, special money print, all sorts of thing. We feel nice about it. We were happy. We feel patriotic. We feel proud as Grenadians. We just swell. But the cost after, up to now, they refuse to tell us. Because while all of that was nice and patriotic and well and good, and we deserve to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence, there are the looming questions of corruption that surrounded the entire thing, that add a stain to what should have only been a point of national pride. So you're asking now, the lights that were put up on the Carriacou, where did they? For those of you who are not Grenadian, we're asking, where are they? So anyway, where did they? The lights that were put up on the Carriacou. How much was spent to put up those lights? How much did the lights themselves cost? So apart from the putting up cost, how much they cost? And how much did it cost to take them down? And where are they right now? Can they not be repurposed for some other reason, some other place or so? Or have they been disappeared like the two bridges that's supposed to be across River Road, and we come into River Road in a while? Remember, all of we feel nice, you know. It feel good. Boy, everybody in their colors, everything nice and thing. 50th anniversary of independence. Now you get hit with the corruption part. How various senior members of the NDC created companies months before the independence celebration and got serious contracts for tens of thousands and even in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars. We heard there's the possibility that even people sitting on the committee had contracts, created companies and had contracts through the celebrations committee while sitting on the celebrations committee. We've heard that allegation as well. We've heard allegations of 100 and something thousand here, 200 and something thousand there. We heard all sorts of things. And we've asked for clarity to make sure that what we have heard is the truth or not the truth, so that people's name can be cleared. Since then, the New National Party has asked for the information regarding the spending for the 50th anniversary of independence. But it seems as though that is a need to know and a state secret, so that information has not been put forward. So in the same way, a lot of people went down and they see the sod turn for a project that don't even have a contractor yet. So soil turn, no contractor, you're looking for one. Laughing stock. We can't go and tell people outside of Grenada that. Sorry for those of you listening regionally. I know they may be laughing all your head off. But you turn sod for something you don't have a contractor for. Cut down tree, dig road, do this, do that, all kind of thing. $22 million spent. $22 million spent, and all we had to show for it is some tree cut down and a platform to have your ceremony was thing, and you turn soil. $22 million of taxpayer dollars spent. Madness. And when you ask questions, it's like you're public enemy number one. Who the hell is all it to tell us we can't ask questions? Who is you? All Grenadians have the right to ask questions in relation to this or any other issue. There's nothing wrong with that. But you all trying to shut up people all over social media, cussing people, telling people, and sometimes people believe it's only people living outside of Grenada. No, there are people living outside of Grenada and people inside of Grenada doing this thing. They're defending at any cost. And they don't want you to speak or ask a question. And if you become a voice for the voiceless and a face for the faceless, you become a target. But me afraid being a target. I've been a target before, I'm a target now, and I will continue being a target. So I'm talking, shut me up. Go right ahead. Shut me up. Because these things must be said. We can't continue just having people trying to shut up people. As soon as you ask a question, it's a valid thing. And I'm trying to, listen, just remember this one. Because election night, all you remember I say this, Just remember I say this election night. A good friend of mine in St. Lucia always say, election morning, all candidates start on zero. So all of them in the present government that feel they're walking back in that office after the next election, you have another thing coming, because on election morning, you start just the same as the candidate who might end up at the election day with 3 votes alone or 5 votes alone. You starting the same as them at zero. The box empty. Everybody starting at zero. And you better hope that you get past zero. Because the way some of you acting and feel like you could talk to people. Anyway, take all you get, Take all you get. What I will say to those of you who are middle of the road, you're wondering which direction to go right now, or those of you who may be wondering, boy, I don't want the NDC. We need to fix this country. The only vote that you can vote to fix this country, to ensure that things get done. Because unlike the last NDC, remember, the present accident and emergency ward was being built during the period of the New National Party prior to 2008. The metallic structure that now houses things like the CT scanner and all of that, accident and emergency and so, that area, the skeleton of that area was up when the NDC won in 2008. They look at it, they let it stay there, and they let rust start to build on the steel. And when you stand up in tongue, you're talking to them, they used to point and say, look, the metal structure, Keith and Bowen leave for all your update. They did absolutely nothing to move that project any way forward. Nothing. It took the NNP to come back in office and make sure that they could have improved the healthcare for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. It is the new National Party that ensured that there's that CT scanner that there is there right now. Yeah? And that various other inputs, important, technical and otherwise, into the healthcare system in Grenada were put in place. From the polyclinic in Guave, to improvements to different health centers, to working along with other partners like the Grenada Nurses Association, to get equipment to come into Grenada to assist. And all of that, while in its last term having to deal with the worst healthcare crisis that has ever hit anybody, any country. The COVID pandemic that shut down planet Earth. The NNP had to deal with that. NDC didn't have no COVID to deal with. That TB right now, they better deal with. They better deal with the TB. I realize the rest of them finally realize now it's a TB. Yeah? They better deal with the TB. So I'm seeing here the total cost of Project Polaris is $600.6 billion. And that is without the equipment and operational costs. How is Grenada going to make back that money? You think people are going to leave the US healthcare system and come down to Grenada, right? They're going to leave there where their insurance is connected and everything. They're going to leave the US and come. Okay, all right. Regionally, as Dr. Myanna Charles said, other countries are moving forward with their individual projects. For instance, there is a new hospital that was just opened in St. Lucia a few months ago. I was there in St. Lucia when it was opened. So there's a new healthcare facility that has been opened there. St. Vincent is moving in that direction. Dominica is moving in that direction. All countries are moving. So they are trying to avoid having to let their people leave their shores to go to other places. Has this been properly thought out? What is the information, the data that has been collected that says this is a smart move? And nobody is saying don't do it. We're saying we want to know. Show us the information. Give us, the Grenadian people, the information so we can be comfortable that, hey, we can go ahead with this thing, you know. This thing is okay. Yeah, this thing is good, man. We good. We backing it 1,000,000%. But you can't expect just because you say it good that we're going to take your word for it. You are the people that promised to build 500 houses per constituency per year. And some people buy that, and up to now, 17 families can't get a house yet, much less 500. And even if we cancel the 500 per constituency, and we say that one was a slip of the tongue, and we say the 500 per year for the entire country, that ain't even happen. In fact, the only reason any houses got built was because of Hurricane Beryl. Had it not been for Hurricane Beryl, all you would not even build 20. But Hurricane Beryl came, and due to the fact that you all have to build, and it still have people sit down in Carriacou. After Hurricane Beryl, all you put the material there. All you want, nobody come and touch it to build, and all you in building it. And the people have to be living in tent. Why should we trust a group of people who they good on dazzle razzle? They nice. You ever pick a mango and the mango looking real nice, and as soon as you cut it, you realize it's worm in the mango. Or inside the seed, around the seed, black. The skin, everything looking nice, you know. Oh God, why? Smelly mango. Ah, nice. But as soon as you get past the skin, you realize it's black underneath. Ugh. It ain't nice. That is NDC for you. It's looking nice on the outside. It sounds nice. We've been down this road with you all already. But the new National Party is not a party that has just stopped thing. I listened to the political leader, and she stated clearly, as with everything else, and all governments do that, you come in, you do a review of all ongoing projects. Nobody is saying they come in and cancel thing and stop thing. Nobody say that. You do a review. You want to know where it's at. You might be able to improve it. You very well might be able to improve on what is being done. So you review what is there. But this thing about, oh, they're coming in and they're coming to stop it, you're just trying to frighten people because you know all you're going and lose. All you're going and lose. That's why you're running crazy. Folks, we're going to open the phone lines. 1473-421. Let me say the other one. 421-7279. We're going to open the phone lines. 421-7279. We've changed the number for tonight. So it is now 421-7279. You can call and get us on the WhatsApp. Yeah? You must call us WhatsApp. You can't call us straight. Yeah, let me move that there. Nice. Yeah, you must call us on the WhatsApp. You cannot call us straight. So you have to call us on the WhatsApp. Let's go to the phone line. See who is on the line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm quite fine.
How are you doing?
I'm quite fine. Go right ahead.
Yeah, Sheldon, I heard NDC talking about what NMP did for healthcare in Grenada, Carriacou, and Pittsburgh. I want to, you already mentioned it already, but I would like to take over some of the things that NMP did.
Don't go over it if I mention it already. Just use others.
Well,
we don't want to waste time. It's after 9. So go ahead.
I just the Polyclinic in St. John, the new wing. I remember NDC used to laugh at that.
As I just said, my brother, don't go over. Okay? Don't go over it if we go over it. Get something new. Yeah.
Yeah, you look at the medication in the hospital. And surely I remember in 2008, the same problem the previous NDC had. It's the same problem this NDC had again, putting medication in the hospital. And surely I want to say to people, sometimes you have a two-room house. When in the two-room house, you're unable to put a bed, you're unable to put a chair and put a stove inside the house, which is something that a house needs. Well, you can put it, but then you want to go and build a bigger house with the same attitude that you had in the small house, and no one saying we don't need any hospital. NP against that. What we are saying, if we do something, do the right way, inform people about it. Let the people going to Carriacou and Petermat know what is going, what everything that is taking place in building that new hospital. But everything this government doing is a secret, and I need to know. Building a new hospital cannot solve the problem in healthcare. What could solve the problem in healthcare is by making sure all the health centers had medication. So when people in different parishes get sick, and went in the hospital, went in the health center, they will able to find medication for the treatment. But what you find happening in the general hospital, medication always scarce under NDC. In the health center, it's the same problem. Some of the patients in the hospital, they have to call the parents to go and get the medications out there if he has, and he don't have. The people going sick in the hospital, and instead they come out better. Just how they go in, that's how they come out. But I would say under NMP, healthcare always better under NMP than in NDC. And NDC is, I know they have a problem in solving problem concerning the healthcare. They're always creating a problem with healthcare. I don't know if healthcare did, if NDC is a problem, and they see that as not important. But all we want them to know is say the health of the people is the wealth of the nation. Sheldon, have a blessed night.
Thank you very much, my brother. Yes, indeed. Folks, 421-7279. You know, I know some of that yet. 421-7279. That's how you have to get to us tonight. You will not get to us on a normal WhatsApp number. So you have to call us on this WhatsApp number just for tonight. You have to call us on that WhatsApp number, but you can take note of it because that's how you could reach me during the daytime as well. You would be able to find me via that number. All right, so 421-7279, that is the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yes, indeed. Yeah, folks. They can be, listen, the NDC have a bad history with healthcare. These are the same people, remember, who stopped the dialysis program and moved it. Mr. Terence Forrester might forget, but I ain't forget. Yeah? We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello? Oh, we seem to have lost that caller. Caller, call back. Yeah, they are the ones that, remember, you had the dialysis center that was up there. And the dialysis center was closed down by the NDC. You said they was going and open their own. You know how much people died after that? We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello there.
Hi, good night.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Here.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Right, just to ask a question. With you don't have national insurance. What you pay like the UK has, they have national insurance. So that national insurance uses for, doctors and hospitals and all that kind of thing. So we have
two things we have here. We have national insurance. So you have your NIS. That's where if you get injured on the job or so, you would get a payment or for maternity, paternity leave, and so you get some money if you make a child, all of that. You get that through the national insurance. And what my party was trying to do is put in a national health insurance, which you would contribute towards, and that national health insurance would have covered a particular basket of services. So using national health insurance, for instance, you may have been able to get dialysis. Let's say that was in the basket. You may have been able to get most medications. You may have been able to get an X-ray done. Some very necessary procedures that you could get those done. And for the others, you may have been able to get a percentage towards that. But that's what national health insurance was being put together.
Okay, so like in the UK, we pay our national tax, like we usually do, and we pay national insurance. So that national insurance is for like pensions, towards your pension, and towards contribution to the National Health Service. So if you want to go and see the doctor, you can go and see the doctor, your normal GP, and get medication. Yes, you have to pay your medication. I think it's about £10 per bit, but otherwise, if you have an X-ray, you just go to the hospital and it gets done. So because you're paying it, you've already paid into the system already. So what about the people who pay your insurance or national insurance or whatever it is, or health insurance? Do they get help? Do they still have to pay towards their tablets or X-rays or anything like that?
The national health insurance is not in place because we were in the process of setting it up. There was a secretariat with a particular company that was gathering the information to see what was the best methodology. And they were looking at the basket of goods to be offered, the basket of services to be offered. They were funded, they were put in place for that. This administration came in, refused to engage with that company, and then sent the company packing, and basically was saying that the company was not doing the work that they were trying to do. When those individuals had been trying to meet with the government to explain where they were, the government just got rid of them and said, hey, we're going to use local people to do this. And that was the end of national health insurance. We heard nothing again up to this day. So that was about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they got rid of the people.
So what you're saying is that you have no national health anything. So anybody needs X-ray, they have to pay for it.
Yeah,
that's disgusting. Because over in England, just an example, we pay national insurance contributions each month when we get paid, and then we can use the hospitals or the doctors. Yes, we still have to pay our medication. It's only about £10 or whatever it is per item, but you can get help from that. But with the national, if I fell and I broke my leg or I need an X-ray or something like that, I can just go to my GP. They'll send me to the hospital for an X-ray or a CT scan or anything like that. I don't have to pay for that because I've already paid in to my national insurance. scheme. So really, what might be, good idea for the future is look at what the UK is doing. So everybody pays national insurance or national health insurance. You get it all within that remit. So it doesn't matter, even if you have to have an operation, you're still getting it within that remit. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So really, you've got to. I think the next government, whoever looks into it, needs to have a look at what the British do. So when people pay their taxes, we pay our normal tax, then we pay another tax called national insurance. So that covers your pension and your national health contributions. So you can use your hospitals and your healthcare. So I can go and see a doctor or dentist or whatever, so you can still see it. And all right, you might have to pay a little, but at the end of the day, you still can go and see your GP for x-rays, your tablets or whatever. So that's what I think your country needs to have a look at on the British side of it.
That's what we were doing, because, for instance, some of the things you may have been able to do, as I said, they were developing the basket of goods. In fact, national health insurance was due to be operational in November of 2025. Yeah, so it should have been operational all now.
Right.
You'd have been able to, for instance, go to the dentist. You'd have had let's say you have one free visit. When I say free, you go to the dentist and you're refunded whatever you spend or so on at the dentist from the national health insurance. Or you want to test your eyes once every 2 years or once every year or so.
That's
you'd have
it,
been able to do those. So there would have been certain things that you wouldn't have to worry about. I'll have to put that off until I have money. You could have gone and get that done through national health insurance. This government has just avoided the discussion in relation to national health insurance. Totally, there's no new information. Nothing. I just double-checked. They got rid of JIPA. That's the JIPA people were the people that were dealing with the national health insurance. They got rid of them last year, January.
So really, if someone feels not well, and you need to go to the hospital, right, you're going to still have to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you go to the hospital now, you've got to pay.
That's disgusting. No, it's disgusting. And because at the end of the day, when you pay your national insurance, right, in the UK, that includes everything. So, all your national health. So if I need to go to the hospital or go and see my GP and whatever, yes, I still have to pay my tablets or whatever. It's only a small percentage of it, say like £10 per item. But at the end of the day, it's still, you can go and see your GP or go to the hospital to have an X-ray or CT scan or anything like that. Even if you have babies or whatever, it's still there because you're paying into the system. So that's where I think that your government at the moment is quite disgusting of pulling that out, because even if you've got someone who's not feeling very well in your country, you've got to go to the hospital and then you have to pay. If you need an X-ray, you have to pay for that X-ray. No, that's not right. That's not right.
And you see what used to happen under our government, while you had to pay for some of these services, the government itself ended up paying most of the times, because your MP would utilize through the Prime Minister office or wherever, and sometimes the MPs took the money out themselves. They wouldn't hear somebody needs an X-ray and just say, well, they got to go to the hospital and pay. They took the money and they pay for themselves for it. I know of many MPs that used to pull out money, $400, $500, $600 to help people to get various tests done. Sometimes it's not just an X-ray, it's blood tests, etc. And they would help with that. Under the present construct is find your money. Yeah?
So really, at the moment, anybody needs a hospital appointment or anything like an X-ray or blood test, they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing is, now the blood tests are not even available at the hospital, because the machinery to do the blood tests is not working. So if you've been admitted to the hospital or in the process of being admitted to the hospital, or you have come to the outpatient, whatever, they cannot do the blood test there. So they give you a form to go to a private entity and pay to get the blood test done.
So if my family and my partner, he lives over there, whatever. Yeah, they have to pay for everything. That's disgusting. So really, I feel your new government next needs to set this up, because I feel, I mean, I'm worried about my partner, because at the end of the day, you know, if anything happens to her, she has to then, you know, get money for x-rays and everything else, and it costs thousands of dollars. That's craziness. That's craziness.
Before you leave, because I know you're going on a run just now, but before you leave, let me just tell you this one. It was not last year, year before, there was a situation with a young nurse. A nurse, she had a medical condition, and she was at the general hospital, warded at the general hospital. When she had to get medication, the medication for this nurse, who was providing national service as a nurse, she could not get the medication at the general hospital to save her life. Her relatives had to leave St. Patrick. I had one of the relatives on the program. They had to leave St. Patrick, come down to St. George, and go then collect the slip to buy the medication, go down to the town to try and find a pharmacy open that has the medication, and then run back up to the general hospital. So I hope you understand what this means.
Wow.
So you know St. Patrick is on the direct north of the island. This person got home from work. So it's already after 4 or 5. They got home from work. I told, hey, your relative needs to get this medication. They have to find transport and get down to St. George, go up to the general hospital, collect the prescription, go now and try to find an open pharmacy to get that medication to get back to the hospital. Medication that under any normal circumstances should have been at the hospital. That person died.
Yeah.
That person died. They're in the grave right now. That person died. And that's just one of many.
Well, I think if they're spending this kind of money, billions of dollars on this new hospital, everybody should be using it, and it should be for everybody, not for the elite. So
the
I'm
average
hoping
person will not be able to utilize it.
Well, I hope your new government will change all this, and I pray to God that you know it can be happen, because national health, you know, little hubs and little GPs everywhere should all be having the right medication, the right equipment, everything else. And I just feel I pray to God that your new MPs, whoever comes in, new government comes in soon, will sort that out, because I think your government at this moment in time is quite disgusting. I will say good night, Governor. You look after yourself, and I will speak to you soon.
Thank you very much, my brother. The geezer.
Cheers.
Right.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Yeah, I always say we have the best country on earth. No place is as beautiful as Grenada. I've never seen another country that could match up to Grenada in beauty. You talk about beaches. We don't bathe on some beaches that some countries has put on the tourist brochure. And we don't go on that beach. We just bathing down there. We doesn't bother with that. Much less for the other beaches. And one caller is calling me. They're calling me direct. No caller. You had to call me. You had to call me on the WhatsApp. Not direct. I can't take direct calls on that number. You've got to call me on the WhatsApp. Yeah? So I can't take the direct calls. You got to call me on the... Your callers, you're calling me direct. Only WhatsApp. Yeah, I seen another person trying to call me. And for some reason, I'm not seeing that call showing up. What's happening here? Yeah, I'm not seeing that call showing up. And I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah. But caller, you got to call me on the WhatsApp. Alright? Nice. Yeah, call me on the WhatsApp. Because I'm seeing call coming through direct. Call me WhatsApp. Right, that's 421-7279. Call me on the WhatsApp, and I should get the call and be able to talk with you. Yeah? So remember, you had Jipper. Jipper was in Grenada for several years doing work. It was interrupted by COVID and so on, but they were working towards national health insurance. Let's go to the phone line. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Wow, man, it took you a long time. I've been watching you here, and I was see you watching the phone line, and I'm hoping that you'll pick up.
It coming up. It's coming up on this, but it's not coming up on the computer. I was waiting for it to come up on the computer. That's why I kept saying that I was getting a direct mobile call, not the. But it's up now. Yeah,
okay,
so you're good.
That's a nutmeg. I guess I finally get hold of you.
Yes, sir.
It took me a while.
Yes, sir. Yes, we finally got you.
Yeah, the nutmeg state, and I said I did my part. I hope you recognize it, But let me know. And now that I have your phone, that different number, when I call, your picture comes up, man. I don't want.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Anyway,
Once you could call me anytime, but that's what you'll get me. Yeah.
All right. Yes. Now I have a few things. Okay, since it's been a while, I have like 4 things I want to go through real fast. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now in that movement, the people on stage. By the way, were you part of the revolution? Were you in the revolution?
Me, I was too young. I was a child and I wasn't on island.
Okay. Now, how many people on stage there with the? I looked at the convention of the movement,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to invoke or raise the dead before God. They said after a certain time everybody will raise again, but they're trying to raise the dead before God. So everything is based on, they keep mentioning the revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a new arm of the revolution? We won't spend time on them, but that's a quick question.
Well, I have no idea, as far as I see, it is just a group of individuals who have floated through one organization to the other and have found themselves into a position right now that they believe the best approach is to try and ensure that the NNP does not win the next election. So they are trying their very best. They're trying their very best, unsuccessfully so, to suck away as much vote from the NNP as possible. Then it's not working, but they're trying still.
So the whole idea is not winning anything, just putting.
Listen, these are not mental cases. I know the people who are there. These people are not crazy people. They know for a fact none of them could win a seat. None. From the political leader down. They know.
Just putting a monkey wrench in the system. Basically what they are doing.
Yeah, and I mentioned during last week the 2007 general election in Trinidad. There was a party that had broken off from the UNC called the COP, the Congress of the People. It was led by one Winston Ducaran. Now, he pulled enough votes from the UNC that the UNC lost the 2007 general election. They were in government, I believe, before that, and he made sure that they were in opposition. He pulled enough votes from them that they could not win. When you counted up the votes that the COP and UNC had together, it was a situation that they would have put one cocktail on the P&M in nearly every seat. But they were successful, and it was a more of a spite thing. They knew that they didn't have a chance really of winning seats, but they knew they could damage the UNC. All you vex with us and we go on, we form our own party, we go mash all you up. And that was the approach.
Okay, all right. I wouldn't spend most time on them because they are much ado about nothing, as what Shakespeare says. However, my next question. I'm happy that the opposition leader, who is the head of that investigating committee, is doing that with the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is she a member of these statutory bodies? Is she affiliated with Gravel and Concrete also?
She can ask for the same for any statutory body. So she started with the National Lottery Authority, and at any point in time, she can ask for the Gravel and Concrete. But it's the same staff going to be doing it. So if you want a proper job, maybe you might move one at a time. I don't know. But I know definitely that she can also ask for the same for any statutory body, the airport, the Port Authority, the Postal Corporation, any of them.
Now, what tangible information she will have to request something like that, and not a witch hunt or not personal?
Well, no, I think there's been enough information in the public sphere, and it has. You had a former minister The person who was the minister, direct minister in charge, telling you there was corruption there.
No, I'm talking about that's all set already.
What better? No, but you don't need nothing better than that. The minister
No, the
himself,
lottery is all set.
he ain't come by here
But
saying, the minister said there's corruption there.
Yeah, but that was the lottery. But
Yeah.
what about the concrete on gravel now?
Oh no, you can do the same thing if there's tangible information that's out there, and I know that there are individuals that hold information regarding many of the happenings there. So I'm just saying that all in due time, you deal with one, and then you can deal with the next one, and so on, rather than try to deal with everything one go and you don't end up doing anything.
Okay, now it's 9:30. My last point I'm wanting to cover is now there are loans, supposedly loans and contracts set up for our new hospital. I wouldn't say the hospital. It's me. I'm Grenadian and
Yeah.
more than a lot of Grenadians in Grenada because I've been in America for 44 years and I've been in Grenada about 88 times. Every Feast Friday, every time I wake up and I don't feel bad, I come in Grenada. So the next question I have. Does the opposition, does our honorable Eminent Pierre does he see the contracts on the what it's called, like MOU or MO what for these loans, where it's coming from for our new hospital, so-called new hospital?
It must be brought to Parliament. I honestly cannot tell you if it has come to Parliament as yet, because it doesn't need to come to Parliament. You can bring it to Parliament later this year. You understand? You can sign for it now. You could bring it to, because it must be brought into the public system. So even though you sign for it, and even had situations, I know, for instance, in 2013, we came into office, and at the first session of Parliament, we had to pass several loan authorizations that had nothing to do with the NNP. Those were loans that were taken by the NDC, but because they had Tillman Thomas kept the Parliament of Grenada locked down, those loans could not have gone through the authorization process in the Parliament. And when we came into office the following year, we had to authorize those loans. Because so it must come to Parliament. Once you're taking those kind of loans, they must come to Parliament.
So everything that administration signed for and gave a promissory note to pay back, Grenada is stuck with it. We cannot do anything. If there's a change of administration, there is nothing else we can do, right?
Well, there may be negotiations that can take place. I know the New National Party has various individuals that can negotiate and speak and say, well, okay, we want to change this aspect or that aspect, or we want to, and change as in you may want to improve on something that is within it, and we have competent and capable people within our party that are able to do that. Unlike the present group of individuals, we have people that are capable that wouldn't go to Barbados and lose projects. We have people that would go to Barbados and come back with additional money, not lose it. So we have people that can be adjusted, and in a positive sense, and I know that we have people that can have it adjusted in a positive sense for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Because at the beginning and the end, it's always about the people.
All right, good night. But one more thing, I gotta go now. Do we get any coconut tree yet? Because I'm clearing my land to come and plant, you know.
Well, we ain't get coconut tree, we ain't get machinery, we ain't get nothing.
All right, sir, good night.
All right, my brother.
All right.
We ain't get coconut tree, we ain't get machinery, we ain't get money, we ain't get nothing. Not a thing we haven't got. Yeah? And again, I see one person was trying to call me, but they were trying to call me from the direct. You need to call me on the WhatsApp. Let me see if I wonder if I could call them. Let me see if I could. I wonder if I might be able to do it by. Let me see if I could do it. Oh, let's do this again. Yeah, let me see we'll try a thing and see if I could get through. Boy. Man, I'm not seeing. Yeah, some of these phones on them, Yeah, some of these phones on them. I'm trying to call back an individual that's trying to call me, but they were calling me straight instead of calling me on the WhatsApp. So let me try calling them on the WhatsApp and see if I'm getting through here. No, I'm not getting through that way. I'll have to try otherwise. Yes, folks. Let me try here. Let me try again. Nice. Yeah, we'll try again and see if we get them. Yes, so folks, 1473-421-7279. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. And I think I get you.
Right.
Yeah, me.
Sheldon.
You know.
Yeah,
You was calling straight, so I make sure I call you.
Okay, because I don't know how to put on the phone.
I know, that's why I call you.
Okay. Well, I go make my son. I don't buy my son.
Good night, son.
My son come. He come from England and they in that place they go how much days ago.
Okay.
And I just come back home.
Okay.
And good night to Grenada. My son and my grandchildren. They here. They come and spend some time with me. And we driving all over Grenada.
Lovely.
The grandkids. Yeah. Good night. And some people, listeners, I know they're listening. Give me some money to put in the bottle.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah? Oh, we there having fun. I've been on the beach. They bring me on the beach. I can't even watch a cock. Not a cock. He don't want me. That's my last son, the one who was in the army in England.
Yeah.
Come to Grenada and his wife and my grandkids. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't even go in the shop, but I want to go down there tomorrow. I miss my place.
Oh, God.
I miss my bed every minute. Grenada, having fun with my children and the grandkids.
I love to hear that.
Yes. They're listening me in England, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Them little children does listen me in England. So they tell their mom they want to come and see the grandmother. Yes, but I thank God for all of them, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Grandma, we hearing you on the radio. Hearing you on the radio talking then. Yeah. Is everything good?
Yes, Gabby, everything good.
Yes.
I was as you know, I was out.
So
You know,
pass tomorrow, please, but I don't go nowhere with them tomorrow. I'm going to sit down on the terminal. Miss the terminal boy.
Yeah.
I miss all my little friends and the people. And they love Grenada, oh God. My grandchildren, Grandma, I love Grenada. They making noise all when they go. People watching them as crazy children. They bring me on the beach and everything. And the children listening to me in America. Every time they call, I hearing you. In England, my grandchildren say, Grandma, I heard you talking, Grandma. They heard. I said, nobody ain't doing nothing. Doing me nothing. Always pass. Everybody tell me, I always hearing you on Sheldon. Tell Sheldon hello. Yeah. Grenada, all resting. I don't going up tomorrow. Nowhere with them. I go in the terminal. All my little friends miss me. Some of them on holiday. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
So we'll see tomorrow, please the Lord. I will be in town in the morning. Myself
Good night
and
to
JJ.
Mr. Watts and Patty, Dr. Mitchell. Good night. Everybody, Matthew and Patty, good night. All right.
All right, Gabby.
They want to have me and no man as me, all over as me. Why do they destroy on them? Yes.
Oh,
good night.
God.
And then good night. Okay, Sheldon.
You have a wonderful one.
Take care.
Wonderful one. Bye-bye.
Yes, and I'm happy I see my son. 14 years I ain't see my son.
Wow. That's
And he
a
just-
long time.
He's
Yes,
talking to me. I think the boy there in England, the boy there in Grenada, waiting at the terminal for me. Yeah. Yes. And
That's a nice
it's Scott
surprise.
family, man.
That's a lovely
Bye.
surprise.
Love you all, guys.
All right. Love you, Gabby. Bye-bye. All
Bye
right.
bye. All NPI. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Yes, folks, that was Miss Camille Teresa Scott. You know what? I see Camille tried to call. I had to call back. You know me already, yeah? Yeah. Okay, and someone just messaged me that said, Sheldon, what the caller from the UK didn't say Yeah, you forgot to mention that part, was that over 60s don't pay for any medication. Once you reach that age, you get free medication for any condition as well as free health care. Yeah, so once you get to the age of 60 in the UK, you get free medication and free health care. I think there's something similar in Trinidad for people under a certain age and over a certain age. I remember years ago, if you had to get glasses, the government would pay for it once you were under a particular age, school children basically, and over a certain age, pensioners. Yeah, they would pay for your glasses and so on and different things like that. And others, they would go on a case-by-case basis and so. But all of these are things for the national health insurance that we need to discuss for the national health insurance. And folks, there are two other things I want to quickly mention before I run out of time tonight. The first one is the present state of the St. John River. For several months now, the people of River Road and surrounding areas, because Dabo people, everybody use those areas, have been complaining about the state of the St. John River. It ain't get clogged up like that in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 4 weeks. It took a long while for it to get to the situation it is at right now. Then to add insult to injury, you had a fish kill that took place for whatever reason, if it's some chemical, whatever it is, kill off the fish, and now what you have there is a serious situation with the fumes and everything affecting people, and they're worried about it. Now remember, this week, not next month and next year and so on, this week we have Carriacou taking place down there, you know. And how the place look and smell is a reflection on who? Us as a Grenadian. When the Bahamian team come and they say Grenadian people nasty, if you see the state of what they call a river and so on, it has a reflection on me and you. And some of those teams may have already started arriving. Yeah? So whatever takes place there is reflective on all of us. All of us. It is reflective on us and it must be addressed. And even if we forget Carriacou, because there's an issue with the pigeons in the stadium. I myself on social media made the recommendation. Call the Grenada Gun and Rifle Club and let them sharpshooters take care of the pigeons. Me ain't care nothing about no animal rights people and all kind of thing. If they don't care about the pigeons that come and trap them, shoot them. Let the air gun people come, go around the stadium and clear out the pigeons. We've done it before. I know because I was one of the people that tell them contact the Gun and Rifle Association for the people to come with the air rifle and clear out all them pigeons from there. I remember that they even got pigeons that were as far away from Trinidadian pigeons, ended up in Grenada. I don't know how they make it. I don't know if they fly, if they come up on a boat. I don't know how they make it, but you had pigeons. For those of you that know about pigeons, some of them have a little band on the wrist. They put it on the leg to identify, because pigeon is a thing people used to have pigeon racing and all this kind of thing. And there were some pigeons there that had bands that identified them as coming from Trinidad. The pigeons there, they're messing up the entire place. People went to the intercall games and were complaining about certain areas being dirty, and you had to worry when you go and sit down in certain areas because them pigeon and them, they ain't aim in it, they're just letting it go. Yeah, the media tent area was bad, all sorts of things. So a simple thing. Let the people come in and deal with it. I ain't here if they let them come in. I ain't know if it take place, whatever. All we know is we have a pigeon problem there. They have a river problem there. I see they went resurfacing part of the track that they just did the other day, that they say they do so good. I saw them going and resurfacing parts of the track and all kind of things again. Yeah? And we having the biggest games in the Caribbean coming to Grenada. You only just know it coming? Or you recently found out that we're going to be having the games here in Grenada? I mean, come on. Look at the state of the drain. Look at it. That needs to be dealt with expeditiously. It has to be dealt with. And not just for the Carriacou games, But for the people of River Road, they deserve better than that. You can't just believe. You see, remember, they didn't want the Prime Minister in the place in Mount Royal because he looking down on River Road people and River Road people. So we know that Ollie don't like them. We know Claudette and company don't like them. Because if she was interested in them, she would have made sure not only that they was clear, but that the River Road project was completed before the rainy season come again. That the two bridges that Deacon and Miss Mitchell stand up in the parliament of this country and lied to the Grenadian people to say that those two bridges were here and in Grenada. That those two bridges would have been put in place because 2 years have passed, 2 dry seasons. And we enter the 3rd dry season. And not a bucket of cement has been mixed to put in place the structures to take any bridge because he lied to the Grenadian people in parliament. Any other country, they would have fired him for that. Lie. 2 bridges already in the country and just to put up the plans and put them up. Going on 3 years, 3 dry seasons. And if Claudette had cared about the people, she would have ensured that her voice was heard vociferously in the cabinet to make sure that that project was done. But they don't care about River Road and Dabo people. NDC does not care about River Road and Dabo people. They don't like all you. They tolerate you all for a vote, but they don't like you all. Those of you living in River Road housing scheme, they don't like you all. Motley Hill, they don't like you all. Carriacou, they don't like you all. They tolerate you all because they're looking for a vote, but they do not like you all. So now we have the situation where, believe me, if a heavy rain come down, that area is going to flood because it's blocked. So it's going to dam the water and it's going to overflow where? Into the road and damage people's vehicle and property and so on again. You think they care? They don't care. Fireworks, pretty lights, all sorts of things to bamboozle people. But the reality on the ground and in the river is different. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
The reality on the ground and
Hello.
the river is different.
Hello, good night.
Hello.
Hey, good night. Just lower the volume in the kill the volume in the background. Kill the volume in the background. Take the volume down.
Sheldon.
Take the volume down in the background and then you could go ahead.
Yeah, Sheldon, good night.
Good night, yeah.
Yeah, something I have to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to a program by Mount Zion, where the Prime Minister was addressing the people. And I heard he mentioned, like, if the opposition was there and the former Prime Minister, this is Dr. Mitchell, was there. I want to know if they was there. I want to know because
not as far as I know, a decision was taken, as far as I know, not to attend. So I do not believe they were there. And I think people may have misheard what he said. As I said, I haven't watched it, so I can't say. But as far as I know, they did not attend.
But I know they was, because I wonder one night when he said this thing, and I know Miss Emily Pierre don't say already that she had to get more information concerning what taking place with this Mount Sinai and the hospital before she could attend and do anything. So I want to know what the Prime Minister trying to make the world feel that they was all and parcel with this thing and what they're doing. Why this man had to come and lie to the world and lie to Grenada just to make our idea just making political style mileage. That's all what he doing. He don't care about nobody, how much money he spend to trick Grenadian people, and Grenadian people don't understand that thing. This man is a real fake, as Dr. Mitchell said. That's a fake man. You understand? So you preaching this thing and welcoming the opposition leader, welcoming
former Prime Minister and all that kind of thing. Since when he was called Dr. Mitchell in anything, he doesn't do that. So he wouldn't do that. So I want the world to know that Dr. Mitchell wasn't there. And Dr. Mitchell, maybe on Wednesday, when he had a program, he will address the matter. Because I know for sure, Dickie Mitchell don't even call Dr. Mitchell when he win the election and thank him and whatsoever for how he do for the country. How he saying they never, Dr. Mitchell and the Prime Minister before never do anything. They have Grenadian making people about Grenadian. I don't understand. Something wrong about Grenadian. Like they can't remember certain thing and they'll forget because they still joining with him and saying that for 22 years and 23 years have nothing never done in this country, and that does bleed me when I hear people saying this thing. And I hear people telling me, "Oh, Dr. Kidney don't do nothing. They're walking in the stadium. They're using the same phone. They're using the same street light. They're using all type of thing." Well, that man, even if the office where the Prime Minister is sitting right now, and I remember that Dickie Mitchell, this is the same office what Dr. Mitchell built as a Prime Minister in this country. And Grenada is just so hypocrite, Sheldon. I don't understand what really taking place with them. God has to come and deal with that matter for himself. But you see, I know. I see that Miss Pierre is a good woman. She understands people. She loves people. She don't acting fake. She don't behaving fake. And God alone knows that the NNP under the leadership of Emily Pierre, they will win the election. Put your pipe in the mouth and smoke it, Sheldon. I'm telling you.
I'll put my cup and drink my ginger tea. I ain't gonna smoke no pipe. I ain't smoking. I ain't doing that one. I go drink my ginger tea.
Anyway, watch. You have just a couple 100 feet from where they're doing the Mount Sinai, right? Carriacou Guru Gap. They have a bridge, a new bridge, what they just built about last year, in the middle of last year. They just do the bridge, they don't pull it up, they don't do nothing to it. The people that they pass wrong to go in the house. And then they want to go and build $1 million hospital. They don't even dance in a yard before they dance abroad. They don't even fixing their business.
And that's a simple thing. People have concerns about ability to carry out the project when you already have so much problems in healthcare as it is right now that you're not dealing with the immediate things, because any one of us can fall ill right now and have to go to the hospital. We want to make sure that right now we can receive proper care at the hospital. And we're not saying that you can't walk and chew gum. You can do that, and at the same time you can work on doing a new facility. Nothing is wrong with doing a new facility. But you want to make sure that when you're doing it, you do it properly, and that it is reasonable to the Grenadian people, not just something to say. And if you realize, I saw a photo from the opening, and the photo was showing something, and it said exactly, that photo said, I was exactly correct last week when I said, Maurice Bishop had the airport to show, Dr. Keith Mitchell have the cruise ship terminal to show, he has the ministerial complex to show, he has the national stadium to show, he has the bus terminals, the fish markets to show, he has Wester Hall School to show, he has roads to show, he has loads of people that have gone to university and come back with degrees to show, and lots more that he has to show. Deacon Mitchell wants to be able to point back to something and say, I do that. Yeah. But it's not just being able to point back to something, because they used Eric Gary and SGU and so on, said, well, look, people were against Eric Matthew Gary and SGU and that sort of thing. People were against Dr. Mitchell and the cruise ship terminal, but it was understood, and that right now is bringing significant income to Grenada, because you saw something, you said, okay, this is what we can do. expanded the town with the cruise ship terminal. People are simply asking questions now. We get the same way they ask questions about the cruise ship terminal and say water go hit there and wash out the beach. We're asking things now.
Exactly.
Water does flood there. Will it flood? What have you done to avoid it flooding? What study has been done to avoid it flooding? They have a problem with that.
Well, if you notice, Sheldon, where they're building this Mount Sinai place, the river is very flat. Like they had to put wall on the both sides of the river.
Well, all I'm saying
is now, I have two pipes. Mm-hmm. Two pipe there, an 8-inch, right where they had the breaking of the ceremony. Right where they had the breaking of the ceremony, right around that area there, you have two pipe there, a 6-inch and an 8-inch pipe. So they only have to dump that and don't do no excavation. If they have to do anything there, they have to dump it and don't do no excavation. And what will happen is when the pipe busts, because that pipe is an old pipe and it always busting. When the pipe busts, they're going to be searching for that pipe. They're going to have to be, I telling you, they're going to be searching for that pipe. Because where they do the groundbreaking is that where they intend to put the hospital. In the lowest area. The lowest, where they expect the most flooding. But when they're building the big hotel or whatsoever, I assume, and the place, the expensive place where they want to make their money. Because this thing is a money making thing.
Let's use a hospital. My friend, I only have 4 minutes remaining. Let's wrap.
Okay, Sheldon.
Yeah. Sorry about that, but I gotta wrap. Yeah, no problem. Yes, indeed. Right. Let me see. Oh boy, yeah. And I think somebody else was trying to call. Let me give them a while. So the call come through over there. And I think somebody said something here for me. Let me see what was said to me here. Yeah, let me see what was said to me here. Yeah, let me hear it in fact, yeah.
As part of routine maintenance and hurricane and disaster preparedness, the Ministry of Infrastructure regularly contracts services for the cleaning and upkeep of rivers and waterways. The Ministry is aware of a possible contamination incident affecting the St. Johns River over the weekend, which poses a biological hazard to the ecosystem and the residents of the community. The public is advised that the relevant personnel from the Ministry of Health are currently conducting the necessary investigations to determine the root cause of the issue and subsequently address the issue and further prevent environmental contamination and the associated risks. The Ministry also wishes to advise that as of March 12, 2026, requests for quotations were publicly advertised for the cleaning and dredging of the St. Johns River in accordance with public procurement guidelines to ensure a fair and transparent process. However, due to the intensification of the situation and its impact on public safety, a qualified contractor has now been engaged to begin remedial work as early as tomorrow. In the meantime, residents are urged to exercise caution while the matter is being resolved.
So folks, yeah, you've heard there from the Chief Technical Officer at the Ministry of Infrastructure. Yeah. So what I mean, over the weekend, you all were made aware of that. Who write that on here, Pastor? Partner, don't let people just write things and you. The river like that months now, for the longest while. You think all that lily and thing gathered day over the last weekend? That's been like that for a couple months now. And they've been complaining about that for a couple months now. And on top of that, we should not be having that problem there. If the River Road project, you're the Chief Technical Officer and also the fire in your place right now, that project should have been completed so that we would not have to be dealing with issues like this. Yeah, we would not have to be dealing with issues like this had the project been completed. Yeah, and folks, I'm going to go a little past 10 because I realize some folks are trying to call. Let me give them the opportunity. Hello, good night.
Hey, bro, good night.
Hey, good night to you.
Hey, no way I'm trying to defend Deacon Mitchell. But what the caller was saying before, he wasn't right. Because in my hearing, I think I heard him right. He was saying that he had an invitation he had invited the ex-prime minister and the opposition leader and Tillman Thomas and his wife, and you're saying, I didn't even know if Tillman Thomas and him was there, but you're saying that he sent invitation to them. That is what you're saying, that what you mentioned.
I wouldn't doubt it. As I said, I said earlier, I did not view the activity, so I can't say they're correct or they're not correct or whatever.
That's what I heard he said, that he sent invitation to them.
But what I do know, my friend, is that today there were some supporters of the NDC that were trying to circulate that Dr. Mitchell was at the activity, and like there's some kind of split and that kind of thing. So I understand. While I myself did not listen to the thing yet, I know that is what the caller was getting at. That's why I didn't think.
Oh, the second-hand news.
I know that what they're getting at is that
the second-hand news.
Right. The other people been trying to spread that Dr. Mitchell and them was there, and NNP said they don't come in, but look, Dr. Mitchell come and this one come, and they say they wasn't coming, and that sort of thing.
Them people dangerous, you know. They're dangerous.
Of course they're dangerous.
I tell you, I got a sister. I have to call her sister. I know from back home. Somebody was saying something on Facebook, and I put it there, and she jumped on me directly, and I had to put her in a place. I walk her down the line, close, like I was walking along the altar.
I understand.
close.
I understand how it goes.
I didn't hear from her again. Them so they take politics for their religion. Yeah.
Well, at least if they're doing it, they better know to do it properly. Don't do stupidness like most of them doing.
No.
Nothing is wrong with doing politics, but if you're doing it, at least make sense now. So I don't make it no
do it, but you don't do it with hatred for people and enemy with people.
Then you go lose out if you're doing things with hatred.
Yeah, you speak your mind. You look at, because I tell you, you stand on the same spot. Look at he come now. You stand on the same spot as somebody. I know you're getting up just now.
I have a song ready for some of them when they come around the house for election, you know. Move, Satan, move, let me pass. Move, Satan, move, let me pass.
Get out of the way. You stand on the same spot as somebody, look in the same direction. You show them something there and you can't see it. But they say earlier, old people say something, you have to mash their foot for they could see. They can't see, they could see. Yeah, they have a different vision.
All right, my brother, you have a good one.
Well, have a great one to enjoy.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
Yeah, I tell you I'm a song queue up there for them. Yeah, I know who. Yeah, my NNP people could come in the yard and check me anytime. But you see the others, is move, Satan, move, let me pass. Watch I'm coming outside. Or you want to take picture with Sheldon, they say, all you came and all you talk to Sheldon, not at all. I ain't stupid. Move, don't come. I've got a caller line. Hello, good night. Good night, caller.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Badge, how you doing?
I joined your program a little late tonight because I was watching something here locally.
No problem.
But I can't believe how St. John River look. I watching news tonight on GB and I can't believe how St. John River look. I don't understand. And dead fish in there. And no Carriacou games coming out.
Carriacou games
you know how that look like,
in a few days, brother. You're going to be having literally hundreds of young people, probably thousands from around the region are going to be converging on Grenada. That's the stage of the river next to where they're going.
Exactly. When I heard you make that point, because I joined you as you was making that point. But all they had to do in an emergency now is to clear the mouth of the river and see if the water could excavate or something, push down. But you can't be working there and setting up for Carriacou games one time and people practicing and what's not.
But brother, there's also a pigeon problem at the stadium. There's a pigeon. Well, we dealt with it
I heard you say so, but I heard you say so.
We sent in them sniper and they clean them out. They didn't have a problem for a while. But they build back up now, so they come back now and they have a set again. So you must clean them out every now and again. Yeah? But they're not doing that.
I think it'll be long because you're running late already. And then 2 years ago, I thought I see Mr. Williams down there with hard hat and stuff and talking about how the project can be done within another year or something. And that's 2 years ago. And got that look like that. That it look ridiculous. But those lilies don't grow in moving water, so water had to be stagnated for a while for those lilies to grow like that. Stagnated. That's why you got their stagnated water, because it's dry season and the water not really flowing as normal.
It's been like that for a while now. Those things didn't just pop up over the weekend. It's been like that for quite a while. Yeah. And there have been complaints about that a couple months ago. I remember some complaints about that. Somewhere near the beginning of the year. Yeah, so. All right, my brother.
We still waiting on the 2 bridges. Have a good night, Mr. Scott.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
Yes, folks. And folks, there's one quick last issue I want to deal with. Last week, my good friend Linda Straker sent out a call for blood donations. The Media Association of Grenada, they put it on social media, and I put it on social media via my page. She was in urgent need of blood donations, and I put it out. And I want to congratulate and thank all of you that went out. In fact, it was oversubscribed. They say, what, she gets so much blood. They bring people come like what? And make sure that she got the blood that she needed and so on. Yeah, so they're able to help her and help others through your donations. I want to thank, I wasn't even in the country. And with the medication I on, I couldn't do it anyway. Yeah? But I wasn't even in the country. Only to see some dunce people. Dunce. Within the National Democratic Congress as supporters of the NDC. Making some statements. I wouldn't repeat the statements here just to say that exceptionally dunce. And it shows just how debased, how spiritually inept, how I'm trying to find the adjectives to describe these people. I can't even find it because it was so disgusting. It's like they're wishing for certain people to die. I mean, that's the only thing I could come up. You see something like that. If you don't want to donate, you don't like the person, pass it straight, go your way. Just pass it straight. But to come and make the kind of dunce, I want to meet one all in private. I want to meet one all here who was making those statements. Seriously. Come and say it to my face. Don't go and hide behind other people's profile or down in the comment section and say things. Meet me and say it. And I ain't talking about violence, and I'll just tell all you how I feel. That all you could be so wicked. Because at the end of the day, today might be a call for Linda. Tomorrow might be a call for you. Might be a call for one of your children. And if one of your children lie down in a hospital bed and need blood, are you going to say only NDC people could come and give blood for them? And I ain't wishing no bad on nobody. I pray nothing ever happens to your children. I pray nothing ever happens to you or your children. But I'm just using an example here. That if your child is sitting in the hospital and need blood, you going to go and send out a notice and say, only NDC people come and give blood for my child, please. My child need O positive, O negative, whatever, AB negative. Only NDC people come and give blood for my child, please. No. You just making a call. You don't care who it is come. Could be the devil himself as long as the blood there. You making a call. So why should you wish bad on another person? Is that the level that our politics has gotten to in Grenada? Is that the level? I don't believe that's the level our politics has gotten to. But I believe it's the level that some political activists or so-called political activists have gotten to. That all you could actually wish bad on somebody. My goodness. No, I ended up having to make some posts in relation to that over the weekend because I could have never believed we have people that are so stupid in this country. Yes, all you stupid. I'm saying it as it is, all you dotish. I could have never believed we have people that are so... This has shown me something that I never believed. After Gary built school, after the revolution built school and had adult education, after all the governments afterwards continued with education, the NNP got scholarships, sent people all over the world and things. We still have people so dunce in this country. You have the University of YouTube. Right now, you could learn anything there, and we still have people that are so dunce. My goodness, boy. What? Papa Mwe. Folks, that is all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. We'll be back tomorrow night with more Talking Points for you. Hope that each and every one of you have a fabulous remainder of the night tonight. You know, I've got to play these two. I didn't play these two earlier, so I've got to play these two. I've got to play these two for you. So folks, in whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you, including the stupid people too. You know, we still love them. They're human beings, and if we have to do something to help them, we're doing it still. Yeah, because we answer to God, not to man. So we still helping if they had to get help for themselves. Yeah? So in whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love you all.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visually, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
For more information, contact
Building a new flyover down by Uriah Butler, and I'm feeling something. Oh yeah, election coming. I hear they building a super highway straight to Maracas Bay, and I'm feeling something. Election coming. I'm hearing a lot of things, but I ain't seen lots of things. And when the campaign get hot, there's a whole lot of ifs and buts. If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Same amount of suffocation is the same khaki pants. told me a little secret. Very soon they would pave the streets. I'm feeling something. Election coming. He said, don't worry about them potholes. They're gonna wipe them out of this world. I'm feeling something. Election coming. There will be plenty sweet talking tongue when the campaigners comes around. But if your part don't confuse your head, promises can't put butter in your bread. If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Same amount of frustration is the same khaki pants. Politicians just like to promise, like promising is their business. I'm feeling something. Election coming. I hope they change for the new millennium and keep their promises with the poor man. I'm feeling something. Election coming. They would promise anything for a vote. They would even promise you a ram goat. But if they lose, look at Bacchanal. Don't try to collect that ram goat at all. If we win the election, we are going to look after vagrants. If we win the election, we are going to give them assistance. But when they win the election, the vagrants don't stand a chance. 5 years after that instance, it's the same khaki pants. You got to support your party. You got to vote cause this is your country. I'm feeling something. Election coming. You got to make sure that you register. Don't depend on brother and sister. I'm feeling something. Election coming. You got to select a government who you believe is for betterment. Remember your vote really means a lot. Don't mind how you fed up with ifs and buts. Whosoever win the election, you know who would be happy. Whosoever win the election, you know money does follow money. But whosoever win the election, please give the poor man a chance. Don't leave him there in that distance, in that same khaki pants.